Okay, so since I have 5 questions here, I think I'll get right into it. This is my series Q&A video. This will be the last, I guess, series Q&A before Arden IV comes out, because it comes out really soon, guys. And by the way, I think I'm also, anytime a new series comes out, I am going to be doing a series Q&A. You know, like shortly before its release, I think. I think it's appropriate to do. And if your question did not make it on here, I'm sorry. But there's always next time around. So you gotta think about that. Yeah, so we got 5 questions, and actually some of you guys have actually asked me more than one question, like per person, like, you know. And that means this video, I'll be answering more questions than, you know, most people would if they had 5 people asking questions. But yeah, 5 people have asked questions, and I think the first one we'll get into comes from Feeding the Machine Red 2605. Nice, dude. So for Q&A, will you ever consider bringing back the Italian Sniper? This is something that I have thought of. I mean, a lot of you may know that I kind of put Italian Sniper on hiatus, you know, just due to reasons, you know, just the, you know, things that just can't work, you know, anymore for Italian Sniper. And the last Italian Sniper series I did, and sorry, I can't speak today, I don't know. I had a busy day today, so if I seem a little off, that's why. My last Italian Sniper series was Italian Sniper Rising Evil, and we did that last year, and to be honest, that was kind of a fiasco. And, you know, especially when the series first started, I mean, I don't know. And the thing is, it was a pretty short series. I noticed that my Italian Sniper series has been pretty short, and I know my Italian Sniper series have been pretty short, especially the self-titled Italian Sniper series, you know, the very first one. That only had 3 parts to it, and I think the longest Italian Sniper I ever made was Origins, and Alliance comes around, that was 7 parts, and Rising Evil is only 5 parts. So it really, and I think it also has to do with my lack of passion for that series, I think. However, it is kind of a series I have thought about bringing back. I mean, the only problem is, well, there's a lot of problems actually, but a story is one thing. Like, what else is there to make? I mean, you know, I've explored the Italian Sniper universe a lot, you know, with the 4 Italian Sniper series that are out right now, you know, and the last time I did an Italian Sniper series, I had very little editing experience, so I kind of like wonder what I could do with a new Italian Sniper series. So I don't know. To answer your question overall, maybe I'll bring it back. Maybe I'll bring that series back one day. Maybe, I don't know. That's not guaranteed though. It might stay off the plug. Sorry for that really long answer. It's just something I bring to you. This next question comes from Jam Life. Will you ever remaster another series? Also, will Arden IV be the end-all, be-all for the Arden series? Or will you continue it? Yeah. I'm just going to start off with the question you asked about will I ever remaster another series. I wouldn't count on it, to be honest, because, to be honest, Arden 2 Remaster, I mean, I do like that project, and you know, I don't really regret any series that I do or remaster. But the thing is with Arden 2 Remaster, like, I've noticed that it feels kind of a chore remastering series. Like, I don't really feel like, you know, remastering series. You know, that was just pure experimentation that I did. Arden 2 Remastered was really originally not supposed to be a thing, you know, but it was something that I kind of experimented with, and I mean, it did turn out pretty good for what it was, I think. But, and the reason I say it's a chore, it's not that it's difficult. It's not actually difficult at all remastering a series. It's actually easier than, you know, making an entirely different, you know, new series. But I think that's the problem with remasters, is that I just don't feel as good working on a series that I've already done before. I only really feel good about making new series. So yeah, I wouldn't really count on another remaster series. However, if I ever do another remaster, you know, I'll go with Italian Sniper Origins Remastered, because that originally was a thing. I originally planned on releasing that maybe a year ago, something like that. I don't know. It was originally supposed to be a thing. Actually, it was supposed to come out last January. That never happened, though. So, I don't know. But if I ever do remaster another series, it will be Italian Sniper Origins. But I don't feel as passionate about remastering series as I do, doing new series. But if a remaster for a specific series is a really high demand, then I might consider remastering that series. And the other, you asked two questions. You asked, will Arden IV be the end-all be-all, or will you continue the Ardening series? Absolutely, I will continue the Ardening series. I'd honestly be stupid not to. Because I feel like Ardening is like the pinnacle of my filmography. I mean, I feel like that's the main series. I know for the longest time, Italian Sniper was, the pinnacle of, that was like the heart of my series. That's where, I mean, yeah, I'll admit it was an important series. It was my first series, and I can see why people would think that, and I'm sure there are still people that think that Italian Sniper is my main series, but it's not anymore. That was just that was just the start of my series. I did Ardening, and I am proud of it. And honestly, like, as long as Ardening still does good, I'll continue it. And not only that, but I think all of you guys can agree on that Arden, out of all my series, Ardening has the most depth and, like, the most detailed story in all of my series. Like, the Ardening story is really deep stuff, I think. There's so much story into it to explore. There's just so much to explore in the Ardening universe. Like, if I do an Arden V, I can explore deeper into the story. Or maybe I could do another prequel, or maybe make one that took place in between Ardening 1 and 2, because remember, there was a 4-year gap in between Ardening 1 and 2, so it would maybe a story about what happened with George after the first Ardening, like what happened in those 4 years in between Ardening 1 and 2, like how did he meet those other survivors that were in the beginning of Ardening 2, something like that. There's just so much to explore in the Ardening series. Not to sound biased, because I know it's my series, but I'm just taking it as, I'm just trying to view it as something that if I were to see my series, I mean, you guys know what I mean. It's the series with the most depth and, like, the most detailed and deepest story out of all my series, I think. That was also a pretty long answer. But this next question comes from Monica LW. When Travis suddenly turned on George, did he randomly become a jerk? Or is there a backstory behind why he turned that might be revealed in Ardening 4? I try not to give out too many spoilers. But one thing I will say is that Ardening 4, I think, is going to be, like, its own story. Like, there's not going to be too many characters that were from, the original Ardening series that are going to be in Ardening 4. Ardening 4 is going to be, like, a new set of characters. I remember in a later Q&A a while back, I was asked about an Ardening 4 before Ardening 4 was even announced. I was asked a lot. I mean, like last year, I was asked a lot if Arden IV was ever going to become a thing. And, you know, I even said then that even if I did make an Arden IV, it would be a new set of characters. But that doesn't mean that in this series there won't be like references and other stuff regarding the past series. And you need to keep in mind too that Arden IV takes place 10 years after Arden III. So it is a decade in the future from Arden III, so it's definitely going to be deep stuff. I mean, Travis will kind of have a little bit of a story maybe in this, because the entire Arden series isn't done yet. I mean, we can have an idea like that, and you know, even though the series is almost done, we have like 2 episodes to go now. You know, we still have time to really make something happen. Maybe there will be a backstory to that. I mean, there will be some, like, he'll be referenced for sure, I think. So, yeah. I hope that answered your question. This next question comes from The Unpredictable. Thoughts on doing Lanzarone 2 and a Teleporter Alex 3? I have been asked about Lanzarone 2 a lot, and it really does seem to be high in demand, I think, and usually when something's high in demand, I usually do go for it, because as a content creator, as an entertainer, I got to listen to the audience. But this is one that I kind of want to sweep under the rug for now. I mean, really, if you think about it, you can't really continue Lanzarone. I mean, what's it going to be about? You know, Lanzarone got destroyed. And I know I have said multiple times that if I ever do make another Lanzarone series, I would make a prequel, because I think a prequel would be interesting. You know, that is something that is very likely to happen. But a continuation, Lanzarone 2, no, I don't see that happening. And you also asked about a Teleporter Alex 3. Now, this is another interesting title too, and you know, some of you guys may liked Teleporter Alex, that series. You know, I know it might have been one of the more forgettable series on my channel. At least it was for me. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about doing a Teleporter Alex 3. I think my drive for doing that type of series isn't really there anymore, I guess. And it is an easy series to make. So if I like go through like a few years without, you know, maybe I shouldn't even say a few years. If I go through an entire year without making any series, I'll at least do another Teleporter Alex, because to be honest, that's an easy series to make, because it's all a POV view, first person view, and I just haven't really been interested in continuing Teleporter Alex. I mean, after Teleporter Alex 2, I feel like there were too many filler parts in that series. I know that is the way it is with some of my series, like especially the first Arden. I felt like there were too many filler episodes in that series. That series was way longer than it needed to be, I think. It was my longest series on my channel, but honestly, if you think about it, my last series, Teleporter Alex 2, it really didn't need to be continued. I think I ended it on a good note, I think. It definitely pretty much wrapped up the whole Teleporter Alex series, you know. And that, again, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Lanzarone. What other story would there to be to talk about for Teleporter Alex? I mean, there's really not. I don't feel like there's much to explore in the Teleporter Alex series. But you never know. My drive for wanting to do first-person series could come back, and if that happens, then I would probably do a Teleporter Alex 3. But for right now, it's not happening. I'm sorry, you know. But I do hope that answered your question. And this last question we got comes from Xbox Player Dude, and he actually asked a really good question, something that I feel like deserves to be talked about. So will you only be doing 3 series next year, like you did this year, or will you be going back to a 4 series cycle? Basically what he's asking is, you guys know how, like, well, if you're a long-time subscriber, you know how, like, I typically do 4 series a year. You know, at least it's been that way since I started this channel. And then this year, I only did 3 series. So he's asking if I'm going back to a 4 series cycle next year. And honestly, probably not. I think I am going to stick to the 3 series cycle. I don't want to rush it, okay? You know, the longer the wait, the better the series is going to be, you know? That's why Arden IV has taken a while to come out, because I'm really trying to make it good, you know? Before actually showing it, you know? So, to answer your question, I think I will be sticking to 3 series a year. Heck, you know what? Maybe it'll be 2 series next year. Who knows? I don't know. You just never know. Just know that it won't be anywhere above 3. So, I hope that answered your question. But that was the series Q&A. Thank you to everyone who has asked a question, and hope you stay tuned for Arden IV, because it's coming up close. And then after that, I'll be announcing my 2018 series, which will definitely be a go. So, if you have not already, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.